Hi, I'm Chris, the creator and founder of the Look, Lock, Label and Leave system. In this short video, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction into how I developed OCD, my security-based checking OCD, what my symptoms were and how I overcame them. Back in early 2000, as I was walking to my parents' house from just around the corner, I used to play a little game where I used to count the number of steps it would take between the cracks in the pavement. And if I judged the number of steps incorrectly, then the penalty would be that something bad would happen to my family. So after a while of playing these little games, for whatever reason, I don't know at the time, these irrational fears started creeping into my life, where I'd worry that I'd left the door unlocked, or the faucet would be left running even though I'd checked them, or a power point left on will catch fire, or a heater or the fridge door had been left ajar. And slowly these fears started to consume my life, so I started to check all these things throughout the day. And slowly it's developed into rituals where I'd touch the elements on the oven and place my hands under the water faucets, and I'd also have counting rituals of odd numbers and odd sets where I'd repeatedly check, count and touch, and I wouldn't be able to stop myself from doing these compulsive behaviors. It got so bad that I kept breaking my taps, and I needed plumbers to come and fix them, breaking the locks on my doors, and one time I broke my front door key in half. It wasn't till about 5 years later, in about late 2005, early 2006, that I went back to the mental health team. I'd been under their care before as I had previous mental illnesses. So I went back there to get officially diagnosed with checking OCD, and then I started CBT treatment, but I only ever did one exposure exercise. It was during this period, this short stint in CBT, that I finally realized that I'd been learning memory techniques for a few years, and that if I could somehow specifically adapt them to my security-based checking OCD, that somehow I could remember that everything that I'd checked had been checked properly, even when I was away from the house. And that's what I set out to do. And for the next 10 years, I adapted and put a twist on these mnemonic techniques to serve that purpose, to help me remember that everything had been checked properly, even when I was away from the house or I was in another room. And it totally annihilated my anxiety. The longest one check ever took me was 1 hour. That just was a single check of the whole house. Now I don't check the total time I spend checking each day would be 3 or 4 minutes at the most. I can check the entire house now in less than 2 minutes. So that's just my brief history of how I became ill, what my symptoms were, and how I overcame them. And if you're looking at this free material, you'll get a good indication of how this system can apply to you, whether it's worth you using to overcome your security-based checking. In the next lesson, we'll talk about possible questions and I'll give you the answers that you may have, and I'll leave a form below where you can ask any potential questions that you may have that haven't already been answered in the next section, in the next post. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next lesson.